Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the So I Heard podcast. If you guys are new to the podcast, I was about to say channel because I'm so used to doing the YouTube stuff. But if you guys are new to the podcast, I'm KD and she is.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl CeeLo.
And yeah, so right now it's November 1st. It's after 12 a.m. And yesterday was Halloween. And I think for this Halloween, this is one Halloween probably out of the most Halloweens that I just wasn't excited for. Excuse me. Didn't really care about it this much this year. Mainly because I wasn't able to do any type of Halloween stuff or um even dress up or anything. It was just whatever. It was just another day. There were certain parts of the day where I didn't even remember it was Halloween. And then I would hop on social media and then see people in costumes, of course. Damn, my voice is going out. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, normally I'm doing something for Halloween or, trying to have some type of fun for Halloween. But yeah, it was just, damn. It was just like another day or something. Um, I don't know. I mean, it sucks being at work, and we wanted to go to these mazes or these events, mainly the Universal Studios Horror Nights one. But yeah, if you guys know about like how they set up the dates or whatever, they only have a couple of Thursdays, and then pretty much everything else is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I work all of those days. So wasn't able to do anything this year, but hopefully next year able to get into it. If you guys are listening on YouTube, then leave down in the comment section if you guys were able to go to any of the Halloween events. Another cool Halloween event is what they would normally have at the Queen Mary in Long Beach, but they're thinking about getting rid of the Queen Mary. I said it in the last, podcast episode. But yeah, so that's pretty much out. No more of the Queen Mary Halloween stuff. And it was really good. I liked it. It wasn't expensive as the other, Halloween events. But at the same time it was good. To the Queen Mary one? Yeah, the Queen Mary one was fun. I think I went a couple of times. Not every year, but I think I only went like twice or whatever, but it was still good. Um Able to get on the Queen Mary. They actually set up like some other mazes like in front of the Queen Mary, and then they have one that's actually on the Queen Mary. And I think their Halloween thing is called like Dark Harbor or something like that. And you're in like the lower part of the boat. It's pitch black. They got certain stuff blocked off. So you can't really go everywhere. Of course, because I'm sure this might not be the only reason, but people say that the Queen Mary is actually haunted. So yeah, they only let you go wherever they want you to go, and it's a maze. Of course, they're putting it together, but still very fun. They got food and drinks and all that different type of stuff.
It's a restaurant, right? Even without it being Halloween, you can still go.
Yeah, you can still go to the Queen Mary, and they used to have it to the point where people were able to rent, rooms out like a hotel. And they actually had a package that came with the Halloween event where it's like you're able to go to like a lounge where they have like, it's Halloween themed and stuff, and they have different drinks, and you have a dinner and everything, and then you're able to enjoy the actual Halloween activities. Wanted to do that one, but it does get kind of expensive, especially if you guys don't do it early enough. Starting off, of course, it's over $100 for sure. But yeah, normally like for the Queen Mary stuff, the tickets weren't really expensive. I think they're pretty much like $35 for general admission, which isn't that much, and you still get to have a really good time. Um, I haven't been to big amusement park Halloween stuff in like a while. Especially like anything like Knott's or Six Flags. I think the main one I always wanted to go to, or I did go to, was Universal Studios. Um, Halloween. What the hell do they call it? Halloween something. Yeah, Horror Nights. Yeah, Horror Nights, and that was the one that I mainly went to, just because that one was always the best one. Um,
Yeah, that's the one I always wanted to go to. But the one I always ended up going to was not Scary Farm.
yeah, I only been to Not Scary Farm once, and I think like at that I was still in high school or whatever, and that was the last time that I went. So that was a while ago. I mean, it was cool, but Knott's Berry Farm and Six Flags, they're known for their rides. As to where like Universal Studios, they make movies, so they have a lot of movie type stuff during Halloween, and they have like bigger name movie stuff during their Halloween. So like I remember one year I went, and the whole thing was pretty much, they had Chucky, but then they also had Freddy Krueger, Jason, Texas Chainsaw, and Michael Myers. It was all just one year. So you're going through all those different mazes of all those different, characters. And, when you go to Six Flags on Osbury Farm, they're kind of creating their own little stories or whatever. And yeah, Universal always has like the actual license to movies or whatever horror TV shows or whatever. They have The Walking Dead. This year they also had The Haunting of Hill House, which is a Netflix show. And back when I went last, they had damn, what was this movie called? Crimson Peak. They had Crimson Peak, and they've always had um, The Walking Dead, which has always been like the most known zombie show, and just a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, their stuff is just good. Um,
Is my mic hooked up?
yes, yeah, your mic is hooked up. So they even have like um,
I don't see any green screen.
it's showing right now.
Oh,
They even have a part. Well, not a part, but like most of the park, they do end up having set up with like something like the Purge. The people from the Purge, well, not something like the Purge. It is like the Purge. They make it seem like the crazy people are part of the Purge or just roaming around the park, and they even have like a zone where you have to go through this crazy fog that they have, and it's just a whole bunch of Purge characters inside of the fog. So you have to basically go through the fog to get to the other side. And yeah, you just have people hopping out on you, in the fog and everything. It's scary, to some people, but it's fun. It's fun doing it.
that's at Universal Studios.
Yeah, it's at Universal. Um, and it's just crazy, They got some movies and different stuff like that where it's like somebody has this haunted maze or something for Halloween, and then the killer actually gets into the haunted maze and pretends to be one of the workers, and then they're really there killing people and everything. And I don't know. I think some people really think about that. I think some people really be like, "Yo, what if it's really a crazy person like a killer here, and they're just killing people during the maze, and then they find the bodies tomorrow?" And like I've heard a couple of people say that, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've heard of anything like that happening. Like not as far as I've been alive, or if it did, it was like probably some small type of event, not anything that's big like one of the amusement parks, of course. And then you have the other people that are just like, nah, we're going to Disneyland, and it's like, oh, okay, like you're going to go see the Halloween parade, and don't get me wrong, like Disneyland is always a cool place, but at the end of the day, like nothing about it is scary. So normally when I go to Halloween events, I want to be scared of stuff and not just being like, oh, okay, those colors are nice, or I don't know. Disneyland is okay, I guess. Have you ever been to that one?
No, only place I've been to was not scary farm.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't been to those in a while. Um, but yeah. Other than that, like a lot of people seem like they're really enjoying Halloween. Some of the stuff has lifted from the quarantine. So, you got more places open now. People are having parties and bigger get togethers and everything. And I saw people posting a lot of party stuff, but then you have some people that are also still being cautious, like, I don't know if I want to go to these places. And also, I mean, I live in Los Angeles, so normally when there is a Halloween party or something like that, man, the trouble always comes. So it's like you end up going to one of them parties thinking you're gonna be cool and everything. Next thing you know, they're in there shooting. It's like, damn, this fool was drunk before he came to the party. Now he done brought the gun and he's shooting at people and stuff. So that's one reason why I don't really go to big Halloween parties. I just always been like, nah, I'm good. And yeah, I don't know. I just normally feel like doing like an amusement park where, like I said, I never heard of anything crazy happening. Maybe like somebody getting scared and, you know,
Maybe punching like one of the workers because they was
yeah.
talking too much.
I don't know why I'm coughing. I don't know. It was just like, it just came out of nowhere. But, um, yeah, it might be something like that. Like somebody hit you know, one of the people that work at the park, or you have like a couple of people that might have heart conditions, or it's an older person. It's like, oh, okay, like they were panicking a little bit too much. But yeah, dude, I mean, those normally are safe events. Also, if you guys are listening on YouTube or anything, or hit up my socials or whatever, and let me know, like, if you're from a different state, because, like I said, we're in Los Angeles, California. So let me know what are some crazy places that you guys like to go to for Halloween, because, they have haunted mazes or haunted houses, or, any type of Halloween events all over the country and all over the world. And let me know what you guys normally do on Halloween. Or maybe you guys are the type of people that, stay in, have a little get together with friends and, watch horror movies, have drinks and everything like that. And we've also been doing that too. Since we couldn't go to any of the big events, we've been chilling and still trying to have some fun. And
Stay festive.
yeah, yeah, and like I said, dude, it really, even like right now, even without it being Halloween, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on in Los Angeles. Like fools are just out here just going crazy, and I don't know if it's just because like they've been locked up in the house for so long that they're bored and they're just running the street doing stupid stuff. But traffic is picked up and everything, so you have your traffic, and then also you have like at night you have fools that's doing crazy stuff. Man, I'm in Los Angeles, and I think while I was at work today, I got about like 3 or 4 notifications on my phone because I have this app called Citizen, and it basically told me like 3 or 4 times that somebody's running around with a gun, and it's like, yo, this is a Sunday night, like Sunday night, afternoon, whatever, and it's like, dude, these people are just running around.
Either they have a gun or like they didn't stab somebody or some type of assault.
Yeah, something, dude. Like, and ladies, if you guys are out there and you by yourself or whatever, there was a couple of women that were basically assaulted by this mall that we have. They call it the Westfield Culver City, but it's always the Fox Hills Mall to the people that are really from Los Angeles. And there was a couple of women that were assaulted. One lady was assaulted leaving the bank, and then another lady was assaulted in the parking lot, I believe, of the mall. And it's like, dude, these fools are out here just doing whatever, and they don't care. The holiday season is coming up, and this is one season where they know like people probably got money stashed, or they're trying to get their early shopping going. Even though this is the first day of November, but still some people shop months ahead, and they're out here really robbing people, and they don't care. They don't care if you're a woman by yourself or whoever. They're just out here robbing people, and they pulling guns on people. So, don't try to be tough and try to fight back and get your ass shot. The gifts ain't Yeah, and if whoever you dealing with is getting mad at you because you couldn't get that damn gift and you had a gun in your face,
You need to
maybe
leave.
you need to, yeah, you need to stop hanging out with those people or whatever. But yeah, it's really crazy, man. I don't understand. I'm seeing these videos on social media. Cheryl and I have been sending them back and forth to each other. Where these guys are just approaching these ladies, like showing up to the house and doing certain stuff. Either they're trying to break in, or you don't know if they're trying to rape, or it's just like, man, it's scary stuff. I know it is for ladies. And I was really sitting there thinking the one where the guy showed up on the porch and he was pretending like he was watering the grass.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And that was crazy because when the police came and I'm guessing they arrested the dude. The dude had a gun on him. He had a rope on him or zip ties on him. And it's like, bro, if you're bringing a gun and zip ties, like you're planning on doing some crazy shit, And the lady was just out in the front of our yard with her dogs. I guess she saw him coming. She picked up the dog, hurried up, and got in the house.
It said that his mom had identified him.
Yeah, and that's how you know you crazy.
Your own mom
Your
can
own mom is go to the
identify you.
police. Like, bro, you're doing too much. What are you doing? And it's like, are you there to just rob? But
No.
you know, you have zip ties. So I'm thinking if you break into somebody's house, you got zip ties. Most likely, you probably trying to make sure there's no loose ends. You know what I mean? You trying to get rid of whoever.
Yeah.
And he tried to break in her windows. He was walking around the house. And what was it? They said that police responded slow, right?
Yeah, they arrived there 28 minutes later, and he was gone like within 24 minutes.
Crazy. And you do want to rely on like the police and stuff or whoever's in your area. Even as much as we say we don't like the police or whatever, it's like at the end of the day, that's who you're calling.
Mhm.
If you try to take some matters into your own hands and you end up being the suspect and just stupid stuff. But with that, with these women, I honestly feel like, man, they need to start making these laws where it's like you could just pop somebody on the front porch, because they have these laws in certain states and especially here in California where it's like the person has to be in your house for you to shoot them. And it's like by that time, these people are carrying weapons. If you're a young lady and you might not know, how to handle that weapon. Some women are trained, but then, some women just went out and bought a weapon just to protect themselves. And it's like you might not know how to use it as well as him. And he get a couple of shots off and, you know, because you had to allow him to come into the house first. That's ridiculous.
That's why I say get a shotgun. That sound.
She's been saying that for the longest that she just want to one arm pump a shotgun and shoot.
That's your signal.
And
Who's gonna like just do that to a shotgun just for the fun of
oh,
it
and still try to.
and still like
Oh,
not
no.
shoot you? Like
Oh,
that's
yeah,
real
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Because
And
with
then
a shotgun, I can't just shoot you and you have like a little flesh wound. No, you gonna be really hurt.
yeah, and you not walking.
Right.
You better not walk up on nobody that got a
That's
shotgun, cause bruh, like man, you know that right there is doing some for real damage. Other
serious.
than pistols, depending on which kind of pistol. Even then, you can have a strong pistol, but a shotgun is going. Yeah, you're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I don't know, man. That's one of those things where I hope they honestly review what's going on and what's been going on recently and really consider that. And you always have the people that are like, "Oh my God, I hope they don't have guns in the house," or some people are like, "We just don't have guns in our house. We just, we have dogs," and then they have friendly dogs, and it's like that dog ain't gonna do nothing to nobody. You have to have some type of weapons. And it's funny because a few weeks ago, it was a lady that was filling in at my job, and she was talking about, where she lives. And she lives in an area that's not really that bad, but, it's surrounding areas. So you have people that do migrate or whatever. And she was basically saying, she lives by herself. Her daughter moved out and everything. So she's like, I have to protect myself. And she basically said that she has a gun, but around her house, she has a whole bunch of knives
Yeah.
like stashed in random areas. And she said above her front door, she has a machete that she can grab, just in case somebody's trying to hurry up and run in, and then she could do some damage or whatever. And it's like, dude, to the point where you have to have all of that. It's like, dude, these people are crazy. They don't care about anything. I even think it's wild how people are just popping up on people's porches, grabbing Amazon packages, and it was this one video where it was like an older dude. They tried to steal from an older dude by taking a package off his, porch. And then he came out with it looked like an AR-15 or something like that. He was like, yo, put that back down. He was like, I saw you when he got out the car. And then the dude basically ran off and got in the car that he came out of. And it's like, bro, you're not about to mess with no dude with no AR-15, like at all. No, somebody pop out with a shotgun, put that package back down, and don't come back. And it's crazy because I don't think that these people are even thinking, right? Like you look at a lot of these people, they're young, but at the same time, they trying to hit their little licks. But it's like, dude, you have some that are, robbing people out of their sneakers, or you have these people that are basically. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. For the dogs, they did it to Lady Gaga. Like they stole her dogs, and then eventually they got them back. But they're doing it to everything. Like I saw a lady that was walking somewhere. I saw a video. I think it was like a couple of days ago. She's walking with her dog, and I thought they were trying to grab the lady. No, they were trying to grab the dog. And trying to hurry up and grab the dog and put the dog in the car and all this stuff. And the guy had a gun on her also. It's just like, man, people don't care. They don't care at all. It's all about the come up. And
And it's so sad because everywhere has a job hiring now, job fair, spot on bonus. So it's like it's not because you can't find a job. It's just because you got lazy over the year. And literally the year.
yeah, 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you just want to continue to get a quick come up.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, that everybody wants a quick come up. I want a quick come up. I'm sure you want a quick come up. Come up. You want something where you're making money, a large amount of money fast. Who doesn't want that? But at the end of the day, the success rate these days is fucking low. I was watching a video the other day, and this one dude, I forgot what his name was. He was like this Italian dude, and he was being interviewed, and like I guess his like uncle was like a real known dude, a part of a mafia, right? And he was basically saying, and this guy became a part of like I forget what he was. I don't know. I think he might have been like an attorney or something like that. But they asked him the question. They were like, "Do you think the mob can exist these days?" And he was like, "No, there's no way." He was like, "There's too much going on. Everybody has a cell phone. Everybody has a camera. Back in the day, the mob they would do a hit on somebody in broad daylight, and it's like, yo, it's everybody around to see this stuff. Anybody doing any type of drugs, or you got all these different numbers to call. It's so much stuff where people can get jammed up pretty easy." So, what do you think is gonna happen when you out here and you robbing cell phone stores to sell their iPhones, or you out here like running up on people to steal their Jordans or whatever shoes or whatever? I mean, not even just shoes, just anything. And it's like, dude, you end up getting caught up, and you might not get caught that day, but then you end up getting caught like 2 days later, or now you running around like a fugitive over some damn sneakers, and it's like it's crazy. Why are you adding that stress to your life?
And they're the stupid ones because even outside of it being technology and everything, yeah, everybody has a phone, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the person who's just like an innocent bystander saw the thing and they recording it. The people that do the crime, they want the likes and the fame, so they'll do it and post it on their own
Yeah,
social media.
yeah, I see that. It's been a couple of times where they end up posting like, damn, dude, I forgot. It was this one dude, this one guy. It was him and his girl that was doing some stuff. They were doing like some shady stuff or whatever.
So was that the one when the guy was getting arrested and then they were trying to take his chain?
No, 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 no. This fool went and he went straight to Instagram or Facebook and posted the money And then I think him and this girl were both talking about it over text. So it was like, dude, as soon as he posted all that, police went and got him because it was suspicious. And then the evidence was you guys were talking about it in text messages about the money.
Wow.
And it was like, what were y'all doing? Like,
That was an easy closed shut case for them.
exactly. And it's like, dude, like, some of this stuff is like, bro, don't tell nobody. I mean, I'm not saying go out and do it, but if you're gonna do it, be smart. You know what I mean? Like, we got some other cases like where this one dude, what did he do? He robbed a pharmacy. Now I feel bad for this dude. He robbed a pharmacy, and then when they asked him why he robbed the pharmacy, and he even wrote a note to the pharmacist saying why he did it. And he was basically saying like, his work has been slow or whatever, and he can't afford to get medicine for his sick daughter. Now she didn't just have like a common cold; she had something, and she needed some medication. He couldn't afford it, and that's why he robbed. He didn't rob him for money or anything. He just robbed him for the medicine. Like in that case, it's still a crime, but
True.
still,
I have sympathy.
I feel bad for it. Yeah, yeah. you know, you got these fools that are out here just running into designer stores and snatching stuff off of the rack, and it's like, yeah, that's cool, but I mean, not cool, but it's like, you doing that, and of course, everybody's hoping they're gonna get away with it. Nobody's thinking they're gonna get caught. But it's like, man, you gotta think about that. Like, you gotta weigh out the pros and the cons. Yeah, you might end up being successful in that, and then you could sell it and get a couple of $100 or maybe like a couple of thousand or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like you're gonna have to end up doing it again, and each time you doing that risk, and then you end up getting years in prison, and it's like, damn, you know. Like, man, almost everybody has thought of something. You hear like a little deal that's too good to be true, and you're like, damn, maybe I can get in on that and get me some quick money or whatever.
Scams that was going on the past year and everything.
Man, exactly. And you're really thinking about it like, yo, like that seemed like that would be good. And then
Like,
what
I mean,
what
if
came
you're
out?
doing it, why would it? Why would I be the one that get caught?
Exactly. And what happened with the scams? Now they sitting here looking for all those
Yeah.
people. Crazy. You even had some people that were celebrities that got caught up with that stuff. They got to go turn themselves in. You know, I don't know what the hell is going on. It's like, I don't know. I promise I don't have the COVID. We cool over here.
I'm
Huh?
fine.
Mm. But yeah, you know, it's just crazy, man. Thinking about like what people are doing these days and really seeing these notifications through Citizen. I don't know if I'm sure Citizen is all over, but
Mhm.
I don't think it's only in LA
No,
or
it's where you
California.
can change your GPS to wherever you're at, and it will tell you whatever crime is going on. I
Yeah.
set it out to my GPS, and it will let you know what crime is going on wherever you at.
Yeah, go check it out because, I don't know, like I posted it, I shared it like a little while ago online, and people were basically saying like, "Man, I don't even know if I want to do it cuz like what if I start seeing a whole bunch of stuff and it's not going to make me want to go outside?" And it's kind of like, dude, I'd rather know about it. It's
Mhm.
sometimes when I get in a house and, not even 5 minutes later, there's notifications in my area talking about certain crimes on streets that I just passed. And it's just like, damn, like you got to know what's going on in the area. You might end up hearing the helicopter, and then you get that notification, and it's like, oh damn, that's what it is. You know, and it's good to be informed because it's a lot of crazy stuff that's going on. People are doing wild stuff. They don't care. You got some people that are just out here hating people. They mad at whatever situation they're in, and they out here just trying to harm people. Or you got people, like I said, that are just trying to do this easy come up stuff. And if you there and you the witness, and it's like, man, hey, you might end up snitching. You never know. These people might just be like, nah, I can afford you being a witness.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then that's it. They trying to kill you or whatever. And I think that's like the realistic horror. You know what I mean? Like we think about Jason and Michael Myers and all that different stuff, and it's like, dude, it's just regular ass people. You know, I always think about the girl where it was the burger place on Western.
Yeah. The teenager.
Teenager, dude, teenage girl. She was talking to her mom in line at a burger place. Dude ran up to her and shot her in the head. He's running down the street, of course, and I got that, I got the notification on my phone from the Citizen app, and he's just running down Western, a street that we have in Los Angeles, and basically trying to get away from the police. And come to find out, that girl was the wrong person. Wasn't even the person he was supposed to be shooting. Nothing. He just ran up on the wrong girl. She was a teenager, talking to her mom. Imagine talking to your daughter. You not even paying attention to who this dude is. You paying attention to what your daughter's saying. Next thing you know, she got a bullet hole in her head. Just crazy stuff.
That was a real sad situation. When I heard
Crazy.
that on the news, I was like, wow, just how do you mistake a grown woman for a teenager? Like, what the heck? That's
Exactly. And it's like, dude, what's going on out here? Like, I know people got their beef and all different type of stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's like, dude, people are running these streets wild as hell. Like they really are. And we can't sit there and pretend like violence hasn't been around. Violence has been around as long as people have been around. They were killing innocent people way back then, like, before Jesus, and shoot, especially what they was doing to black people. So we all know what's been going on. And not only in this country, we think about it because we're like, yo, this is stuff that's happening close to us. And sometimes we hear about stuff that's happening in other states or other countries, and we're like, oh, they ain't nowhere near us, so we don't really care as much. But at the end of the day, it's like it's stuff that's going on all around the world. And yeah, some people just don't care. They don't care at all. And then you get these situations where it's twisted, where it's like, oh, if it happened to my people, then it's like this, and this. But it's like, dude, you out here doing the same shit. Like you mad when it happened to whoever you know, but it's like you're out here doing the same stuff.
yes. I
Yeah.
agree. You never know how serious it is until it's you on the receiving end, which is really sad.
Yeah, definitely. That shit is true, man. People do crazy stuff. You just don't know where people are in their mind. You look at some people. If you guys have ever watched the show The First 48, it's a show I used to watch so much, and Cheryl used to watch it too, or whenever it still comes on. And the First 48 is, they have certain cities that they do it in. But still so crazy. You see some people where it's like, oh, I made a mistake. We was just fighting. I didn't mean to kill him. And then you have like some where it's like these people really didn't care. Like, they're literally in the interrogation room laughing. And it's just like, yo, like what led up to this point? Like what made you like that? Or what, you know what I mean? What is it over? Then you find out some of these situations like, yeah, I shot him over $20. Like,
Yeah.
bruh, you got life in prison for $20?
Yep. That pride is everything. The pride, ego, all that.
Man,
To them is worth it.
and it gets to them, and it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, they want to sit there and say, well, I ain't let nobody punk me. It's like, bruh, but you in prison. And the crazy thing is, a lot of people always end up thinking like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm tough, and then it's like you get to prison, you find out a whole bunch of other tough motherfuckers tougher than you, and you ain't as strong as where you were on your street or whatever. And that's when you have so many people, they end up getting to the point where they start realizing what the meaning of life is and what you shouldn't be doing and all this stuff. And it's like, I can't say stuff bad about some people in prison because some people made mistakes. Everybody's going through life and they trying to figure everything out, and they might have just got into bad situations, or they just didn't have, so they had to do certain illegal stuff or whatever. But if you just a cold hearted ass person, you don't care about nothing, you just out here just doing whatever, 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 and not thinking about it, you need to get your ass off the street.
Yeah. Fast.
You know, you're not one of those people where we can somehow look at your side of the story and feel bad for you. You're not. You know, you're a person that's just out here doing wild stuff, wild and crazy stuff.
In society.
For real. Real shit, you know? You got these people that are running around these days, and I saw a video the other day. This dude just started swinging on an old lady. Like, what?
Or the videos where they just walk down the street and just randomly try to snatch people's kids and stuff.
Yeah, that's weird. And like even then, like with watching like Vice and certain stuff like that, and realizing like, they have the black market stuff, so people are doing like trafficking of people, and they get paid a cool amount
Yeah.
or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, like what the fuck is going on to the point where,
That makes you, in your mind, makes you think that it's okay. Like, oh, let me go ahead and do this. They're not going to fight back. Or, like, what?
like, you're snatching somebody's kid. You literally saw the parent and the kid walking, and you're just like, nah, yeah, I'm getting that kid,
Yeah.
and I'm about to get my few thousand. Like,
Like,
what?
it's crazy in the head.
And then you don't even know what's going on. Most likely, you can't even ask those questions. So what's happening next?
Mm-hmm.
You just the person that's giving the kid to whoever, And that was also like that Vice video that we saw talking about the black market was selling organs. And, the dude was like, man, my mom is in debt. So you know what? I just hit up these people and gave them a kidney. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, because your mom's in debt? Like, I love mom, but at the end of the day, like, I'm like, mom, you need to figure something
For
out.
real. Like, if she was in debt to the amount of a kidney, I think she would have got out of it.
Like, bruh, they're taking your body parts. There was another dude, he owed money, and instead of them really fucking him up, he gave them some of his organs. And it's just like, it's crazy. Like, we look at it and we walk through life and we look at people, and, you walk through, your day, and you don't think that anything crazy is going on. One thing I used to think about a lot too, and it was when this movie came out called, damn, I forgot what it was called. It was Ludacris, Lorenz Tate, and it was like a movie, but it's like different stories within the movie, and they're all linked together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Crash. It was called
Oh,
Crash.
Crash, yeah.
So in Crash, they're in Los Angeles, and it's just like a whole bunch of characters, but every character's story is kind of linked together, right? And there's a part where they're trafficking Asian people in downtown Los Angeles. Now, that's one thing that does happen, and also it happens with Hispanic people and just all kind of stuff, you have smugglers that are in Mexico, and we are in Southern California, and they'll grab these ladies, get them hooked on drugs, or even they do it to the black girls too when they pimp them and stuff. They get them hooked on drugs, and just have them so strung out to the point where they're so dependent on that person. And yeah, I thought about it, and I was just like, damn, there was a point where I was in downtown, and I was just thinking, like, I was in Chinatown, like, damn, I wonder which one of these buildings some illegal shit is going on in. And I just randomly started thinking that, you know?
It's funny, but it do have you thinking that. Like, you
Yeah.
see a building, and it's like, like a, or if it's like a Chinese food place underneath it, and then at the top, it's like it's hotels on top of it. Like, you for sure will think, like, damn.
There's some crazy shit
Yeah.
going on. Or even the one time I was by AutoZone on Normandy and Florence
Oh,
and drove past this house. Dude, it's like SWAT and everything. They have a helicopter. They got the street blocked off. It's dudes in like armor, like the armor shit, not just regular police outfits. And they're hopping out of those trucks, like the square trucks. And they're just hopping out. And dude, like I'm kind of looking like, I was being a little bit nosy at that time because I was like, yo, I've never seen that. So, well, I seen it like one other time, like during a drug bust. But like next thing you know, they have a whole bunch of like Mexican people coming out of the house, and they have them all lined up on the street. Bro, I promise you, it had to be like 20 something Mexican people that they pulled out of that house. And I was just like, damn, either these people were like smuggled here, because clearly all of those people had to be, you know,
Illegal.
illegals.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy. And it's like, dude, one thing that they do say, or that some American people believe, is that they believe like all the illegals are these criminals and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, that's not always the case. If you guys see some of the ways that these people are living in these countries and seeing how fucked up it is. And I remember I watched this documentary where this lady was literally, she was shining shoes and getting paid less than $1 a day. Shining shoes. Imagine you shining the fuck out of somebody's shoes and you making less than $1 a day. When she had to bury her kids that died in the desert, they had to actually build the boxes themselves and bury their kids next to the house. That's crazy shit.
That's sad as hell.
And these were little kids. So she sent her one son to try to illegally come into America. That's what the whole documentary is about. And then he ended up getting caught, and he ended up staying in one of those areas where they have like the people sit there until they send them back to their country. And I was just like, damn, like he's innocent. You know what I mean? His parents are innocent. They literally lived in something that looked like a shed. And it was like, I think she had 3 kids. 2 of them did die in the desert. The oldest son, he was leaving to come to America. It was her and her husband, and I think they had another kid that was still alive. And I was like, all of them are living in the, dude, I promise you, they were living in something that was just the size of my room, or maybe even smaller than that. And I was just like, dude, that's crazy as fuck. So like honestly, I don't know everything that everybody has to go through with, trying to become official or or whatever. And I know it takes time and stuff like that, but man, you got some people living in some fucked up situations, and they're really like, yo, I need to escape whatever it is. And it's crazy. I mean, we look at it and we were like, "Oh, America the best," because we don't have to deal with that stuff. But it's still so much fucked up stuff that happens in America too. You have a lot of poor areas where people can't afford stuff, and their life is just totally fucked up. And even when we talk about the situations where we're like, people are turning down jobs, some people aren't. Some people aren't turning down them jobs. Some people are really trying to work these jobs, but they just ended up in fucked up situations. You have some people that are single parents and they don't have nobody else to watch their kids, and it's like, yeah, so they have to be there for their kids also, because if they aren't there for their kids get taken. And it's like, what they're weighing out, what's more important, and of course your kid is going to be more important. And just wild shit. There's so much stuff that goes on in the world, and you have to be thankful for whatever situation you're in. Like, dude, you have some people, and I always think about that, and I say that too. Like, I see people on social media that complain about so much stuff that's minor, and at the end of the day, it's like, bro, you on social media complaining. Like, you're able to be, like, and I'm not saying I haven't done it. Like, everybody has complained at some point on social media, but at the end of the day, you got to sit there and look at your situation. It's like, dude, you even have the money to keep your phone on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, there's still some people running around here with flip phones or no phone at all. Yeah. And it's just like, you have to be thankful for whatever. Hell yeah. And not even being in bad situations, you can have something where it's like you get fucked up in with natural causes, just anything. And that can happen at any moment. That's just what life is. But people going around and like, yeah, I've done my mistakes in my past, or done fucked up stuff or whatever, but I ain't done no real fucked up stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't out here beating old ladies in the head and snatching their wallets and stealing out of the church and just a whole bunch of crazy. I'm
Like
not
a
killing
person so
nobody,
clear.
So it's like, we all sin, but at the end of the day, it's like you hopefully want to be the best person that you can be, but then you realize that that's not what everybody else wants. Some people just want to fuck up the world and see what the fuck they can do, like see how far they can go, and I'm just like, dude, I hope everybody stays as safe as they can because it is like a wild ass time, You see social media stuff and, they try to censor it as much as they can, but you can still hear about all this crazy stuff that's going on the news. Like they're finding bodies, kids' bodies and random ass places, and it's like, damn, like who the fuck? Why did you kill the kid? Like, what did the kid do? And it's like you end up finding out they did it to get back at somebody else, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
not to sound fucked up, but kill the adult first. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they're
If
always
that's what you're gonna do,
like they're going back and forth with a custody battle or something like that, or
something.
it's just something the spouse left the one. Yeah, it's always like a stupid reason.
Yeah, or you got these fucking unfit parents that are just torturing their kids, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
You want to keep the kid because you're getting some money back. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you got this kid in the house malnourished. You're not feeding them. You're beating them. You doing all the worst shit to them. You hear about these cases where people be burning their kids with cigarettes and cigars and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on in your head? Like, and then when they get arrested, it's like, oh well, I don't really mean to. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, why would you be doing that to kids or just anybody? And I don't know. I
I
just think,
feel like any person who harms a child or like an elder, I feel like they should have a different type of punishment for them.
yeah, definitely, definitely, because just like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, like
You
they
know?
should automatically get. It should be like the same sentence, no matter what state. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
period.
yeah. Because you have some people, and you have to realize it, dude. Sometimes people go around talking as much shit as they want to. They want to, provoke people and stuff. And it's like, dude, you don't know what's going on in that person's mind. And then you thinking, you saying stupid shit like, well, if they do this, they going to jail for life. Not
Yeah,
always.
yeah,
Like, dude, you have to also remember how many damn cold cases it is where some people just don't ever get caught.
that's
And then they
true.
end up finding out later the killer been dead.
Mhm.
The killer died of natural causes. They finally find out who the killer is, and he died in his 70s. Like, what?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that happens a
A
lot.
lot of these cold cases, they don't even talk about them that much. But
Mm-mm.
9 times out of 10, when they reopen a cold case and they figure out like, oh, we interviewed him or her on such and
Mm-hmm.
such date, and then next thing you know, they try to go convict them, they died.
Yep. Yeah, I was watching something, and it was this guy that was like strangling women or something like that, and they finally found out more information, and they were going to go get him, and then it was like they looked up, he died,
Hmm.
and he died like at 75 or something like that.
Because a lot of those cases, like those homicide cases, it it happens over time. So
Mm-hmm.
like when they get leads and DNA and stuff like that, all of that takes like a while. It's really
Mm-hmm.
slow. So when they finally get somebody who reopened that case, it's probably what 10, 15
Yeah,
years or more.
and I think normally for like serial killers, it's normally like they'll kill for a few years, they'll stop for some years,
Hmm.
and then they'll do it again for a few years, and then just on and off. And it's like, dude, sometimes they just don't have enough evidence in between, and it's like, dude, it was a dude, the strangler dude over here on they had the
Oh,
place on Western,
cohost.
and he was just killing a whole bunch of like women and prostitutes and
Okay.
strangling them and everything. And dude, this is basically this by my house. This dude had a auto body shop or something, or he was working on cars or something like that. But he was going to go pick up prostitutes, and he was just strangling them. and it's crazy because it's so close to home. And then one of the ladies, when I used to work at Target, when I used to work at Target when I was younger, she was the lady that survived.
Oh
And
wow.
she was the one that was on all of like the America's Most Wanted shows. And I remember seeing the episodes and everything. And then when I met her when I was at Target, nice lady, like real nice lady and everything. And she was like, yeah, when he tried to do stuff, she just started swinging in the car. She was luckily able to kick him and then get out the car. She said she had to run all the way down the alley and she finally got away from him. And she was one of the survivors, but he was killing some years. He would stop and then kill some other years and then kill some other years. And he was arrested multiple times, but they never had enough evidence to really convict him. So he was just really running the streets for all those, years. And it was just like I guess he was trying to get to a comfortable point where he's like, okay, I can kill again,
What
you
happened to
know.
him? Did he die? Was
He
he
f-
convicted?
he finally got caught, and they finally were like, oh, okay, and they still didn't even know the exact numbers of how many women he
Yeah,
killed,
yeah.
but they
Understandable.
feel like I forgot it was double digits for sure, but they were thinking it could be up to like 100.
Damn. But he got convicted, or was he? Did he
Yeah,
pass
he.
before?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if he passed, but I know for sure they got him for sure. Like he wasn't like he was getting out no more. And yeah, just crazy as hell. And I was just like, dude, like so much stuff is. And like I said, I think he started in the '80s, and then he stopped in the '80s, did some in the '90s, then the early 2000s. And I don't know if he was doing it again after the early 2000s, but those are like three different decades where he was doing stuff. And it was just like, bro, like, you just don't know. And this is a dude that's fixing cars in the neighborhood. It's like, bro, there's probably so many people that were going to his shop and getting their cars fixed. Don't even know this fool was a serial killer.
That's why they say be careful how you talk to people, also because you never know what someone is thinking or how they grew up.
Man,
So
for real, for real. They might end up being like Joe.
right. Like, always talk to someone how you would want to be talked to, treated. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so.
man.
And now with this technology, it's so easy for, okay, you want to talk to me like that? Oh, I'm gonna
Mm.
put this on your car. Like it's a lot going on.
Yeah,
Be
man.
cautious and just choose your words wisely with who
Recently,
you
the girl that I sent you on
Oh
Instagram,
yeah.
she was being stalked by a dude. She found a tracking device on her car. Fool ended up getting to her. You know, she was telling the police and everything. He was still able to get to her, and he was able to kill her. And crazy as hell, man. People out here are just
She was
wired,
only what, 22, 24?
young, and it's just like, dude. Even the girl from I don't know if she was from Florida or what. She was in college, and they found her body.
Oh yeah.
Um,
The
she was like a was she a mixed chick? She was like Hispanic and black or
Oh no,
something.
her, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just
The
like,
janitor in her building, that girl.
yeah, 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 yup. A janitor in her building that liked her or
Mhm.
something. Yeah, craziness. Just wild stuff that people are doing, and it's like, you want to know why people are doing it, but at the same time, you just like, nah, I want justice, I guess. And sometimes you like, yo, look, can we just fuck them up? That's how mad you are because this shit is just going on around the world where people are just doing weird stuff. And that's just the stuff that we're hearing about here in the United States, not even about what's going on everywhere else. Like I said, it's trouble everywhere, but at the end of the day, um, everybody got to stay safe. We all humans living on this earth, like I said, but yeah, some people just have crazy intentions. They just want to see how shit is gonna go. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I don't know. I guess let's like I said earlier, the real horror in real life. I mean, it ain't like we really got a Michael. I mean, we got killers going around, but
Mhm.
it's not like Michael Myers from the movie or Jason that's coming out of a damn lake or Freddy that's killing you in your dreams. It's like it's other
It could be
humans.
it could be someone next door. I don't want to say the wrong name, and then it may come off as a I'm racist or gender. What is it?
Generalizing. I
Yeah.
thought at first I thought you said gender. I
I
was like,
did. Yeah. It could be
yeah,
your
but
next door
it
neighbor,
can.
somebody you work with. That's what I say. Choose your words
You
wisely.
remember?
Even if you do choose your words wisely, it could just be someone has a sick mind and they think that you belong to them, even though all you did was say hi or good
Yeah,
morning.
exactly. Shit is
Just
weird.
always be aware
It's weird,
and
man.
be prepared because there's a lot going on. It's like I feel like we talked about this before on another podcast, but it seems like a lot of this is going on more than usual.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it is or if it's just because we have social media and all that different stuff where it's like easily recorded and put out there
See,
for
that's
us
the
to know
thing.
about.
If they know that it's out there, like the guys that chased the lady, like the guy you said that
Mhm.
tried to break into the lady house,
Mhm.
he knew it was a camera there. He tried to cover it up with his thumb. So it's
Oh
like
yeah.
they know also that it's there, but it's just their minds is
Mhm.
I don't care
Like,
because I still have time. Because
yeah,
look how
yeah,
long it
that's what
took
I'm
the
saying.
police to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
there.
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Everything we look at stuff and we be like, oh, okay, like it's gonna happen so quick. Like the police are gonna get there
Mm-hmm.
quick, but you have to think about how quick it takes for somebody to kill you. Like
That's
it's
why I
just,
say I want a shotgun.
but like, yeah, it's
Before
just
I was
it
like,
happens so
it was
fast.
so fast, and
People
people
get
just take
shocked.
they sweet time. I'm not telling nobody to fight and be like Wonder Woman or Superman or whomever, but if you can't hide or like lock yourself into something until safety come, please try to at least like have some mace or a little something to defend
Yeah,
yourself.
and knock them out all the
Knock them
way.
out. Like
Don't
use
just
some
hit them.
common
Yeah,
sense. Don't use
please
no
don't.
bully stuff.
No,
Like
knock them the fuck out.
like if
You
you're a
know.
man and you short, go for the balls. Like
Yeah, fuck them
something.
up.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
you
please
didn't
fight.
kill them, but
Yeah,
you
fight for
still
yourself. We're not telling
even
you to kill the person or go straight for the
even
kill.
then. I'm sorry if you break in the house and you're trying to harm me at
Oh
that point. I
yeah.
mean, you're in the house so they can shoot
See,
you.
I was just
But at
talking
the
about
same
like
time, I'm like,
general.
even if you're terrorizing me and you on the front porch doing all this wild shit, and you look like you got a weapon, you look like you're trying to harm me, I should be able to put my gun to the window and just light your ass up, you know.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like, oh, okay, like even if you shoot somebody in the leg, some people got crazy strength.
Mhm.
They get shot in the leg and still
Hell
come
yeah,
for you,
because
you
that
know.
psychopath strength is whoo.
Hell yeah, shit, that's like drug addict strength.
Yeah, that adrenaline is like a extra boost. Like ooh,
Yeah,
let's do
like
it again.
you don't want to promote the violence, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you're trying to stop the violence from happening. And these people that are just out here, like, how do you can't sympathize with somebody that's doing that. And they always end up doing the news report like, oh, Willie had a tough life. Like, okay, what a lot of people did, but they ended up fucking serial killers or just trying to kill somebody or
Mhm.
busting their house, and you don't even know what's in the damn house. You know what I mean? Like, you busting somebody's house, you leave with like fucking $50 because they don't carry cash in the house, and you done killed the person. Like, what the
Mhm.
fuck?
And
They
it's like,
jewelry ain't even real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy
what about that
stuff.
dog though? Can I pet that dog?
For real, take your dog and sell your dog. Don't let you have some shit that people want these days.
Mhm.
It's just, I don't know. That should be wild. It's crazy as hell. It was one where it was a video I saw on YouTube, and it was like, I don't know. I think it was called like craziest stuff that people experienced on their the Ring cameras or whatever. And there was one where this white dude showed up to the door. He had a knife and everything. He was like, I want to get into the house. And then they were just like, go away or whatever. And then he was basically like, I'm going to get in the house and kill whoever's in the house.
Mm.
And he's saying that on a Ring camera. He didn't care. He looked in the camera, no mask, no nothing. He was just like, I just want to kill whoever's in the house. And I was just like, yo, you got to be crazy
Mhm.
to do that. Like, and you're looking in the camera. You don't know where this footage is getting. You're just standing on the porch with a knife. And it's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I don't know, man. That's crazy. Like at that point, it's like what? And then you see them still trying to come in the house. It's like, who's gonna really sit there like, man? I'm gonna just wait until they get in. Like, no, It's like, dude, you trying to prevent it. You know what I mean? From that, from him even getting in. So of course you're gonna try to do as much as you can, and to sit there and switch that and then end up making the victim the suspect. It's like that doesn't make sense at all. I don't know why they have that. You know, I could see if it's like, oh, the person, they have the one where it's like you can't shoot them in their back if they're trying to leave.
Mhm.
I can get that one, but if it's like, bro, trying to break in a window and he's facing towards the window, still swinging to get in, no,
Hell yeah.
mm.
For sure shoot him in the arm. I can't help that I
Well,
got a shotgun.
shit, if you got the shotgun, you ain't just hitting his arm.
I know. For real. Like his face and
You
everything.
better be fucked up.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I don't know, man. That's just some of the real crazy stuff that goes on. That's the real terror for people, going out on the world and really thinking about that. It's to the point where it's like, there's so many people that have like anxiety issues or whatever, or you have people that ended up in situations similar to it, and it ends up being like PTSD for them. It's like they go out in public and hear like a balloon pop, and they start freaking out because they was in a hostage situation in the '90s or something, and it's just like, damn, like I don't know, it's just crazy stuff, and that's the real scary stuff that goes on. We've been talking about some of the stuff that happened in just our city, and some of the stuff wasn't in our state either, but still, we noticed there's a lot of crazy stuff that's going on, and yeah, I know a lot of people are trying to go out and enjoy life again since we have a little bit more freedom than we had in 2020. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you really, really, really have to be safe these days,
Be mindful.
really, because anything can happen. You got to watch your surroundings, you got to know what's going on. I really advise you guys to go download the Citizen app, put in your zip code, and it's going to start showing you a lot of stuff that's going on in your area. It might just even be some stuff where it's like, oh, there's a fire in your area, you know, the fire department is responding, whatever. It's not always like a murder or some crazy stuff like that, but just anything to be alert on what's going on in your area. And honestly, for me, dude, I'm not one of those people that's constantly watching the news. If it's anything that I learn about, it's like from reading articles, or it's like maybe something that was posted through social media, and then I'll actually go and hit up Google to find out like the facts on it or whatever like that. But it's still like being cautious about certain stuff, and don't get to the point where you just fear in life and you like, nah, I can't do nothing.
Mhm.
You can still love life and still have fun, but just know what's going on and pay attention to everything, because some people don't have the same good intentions like you do, and those are the real killers, and those are the real Halloween. Well, not, they ain't just doing crimes on Halloween, but like that's the real characters, Halloween characters, I guess the best way to say it. And yeah, y'all just need to stay safe.
Please do.
We definitely will be, especially during this holiday season. There's going to be so many people that are out there just doing crazy stuff. If you're going to be out shopping, don't be out there trying to shop late by yourself, trying to catch like a late night deal, or be out there 6 in the morning, it's still dark and you out there by yourself. And have somebody with you, have your mace or whatever, and protect yourself and make sure you know what's going on, because anything can be happening. It's not be scared, it's more so just be safe. And yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it for this podcast episode, because I think it was just like a thing where we went from talking about scary stuff, horror stuff, but then they got into what the real horror
Yeah.
is
I
in the
like
world.
I feel
And
like people are scared of the real world because, like you said, they watch the news all day. So I feel like it went all together.
yeah, But I know how it can be for some people. Some people can really watch the news and get to a point where they're just scared of everything. And that's not what I want you guys to do. Like I said, I want you guys to just be aware and know that everybody isn't going through life and being happy and just whatever. Some people are out here doing crazy stuff, and that's it. That's the reality of life. You know what I mean? We can sit there and try to sweep it under the rug, but it's still going on. And watch out for those people. Watch out for the weird ass signs, I guess, or whatever. Um, and that's pretty much it. You think there's anything else? No. but but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Go check out the Citizen app for sure, and stay tuned for more podcasts coming out every Monday, and it's also on Apple Podcasts now. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Red Circle. I believe there's another one that I have subscribed to release on. But those are the main ones. If you want to check out my socials, check out my Facebook page, which is whoiskd. Check out my Instagram. It's King KD. Haven't been using Twitter really, so you can still check that out because I'm still like sharing the podcast information or whatever else that I'm doing to Twitter, but I'm not like really doing regular posts anymore. So yeah, my Twitter is who underscore is KD. Oh, underscore who underscore is underscore KD, two underscores. And yeah, check out any of the links that I'll post. And my YouTube is who is KD, and I also post the podcast on there. So you have like a visual thing, but it's pretty much just you listening to the podcast like how you are now. But anyway, you guys stay dope, and thank you for listening. Stay safe. Peace.